Did you know one wrong oil change can wreck your motorcycle faster than a year of hard riding? That last oil change you trusted could be the reason your bike runs hotter, shifts worse, and feels older than it is. Motorcycle engines punish the wrong oil, and most riders never see the damage until it is too late. Today, I'll show you the engine oils and habits quietly destroying motorcycles from the inside. The wrong spec clutch killer. This is the smiling assassin sitting on the shelf that looks good enough for anything. The label promises premium synthetic performance, modern additives, friction modifiers, and better fuel economy. That is fine for engines that do not share oil with a wet clutch. It is completely wrong for most motorcycles that do. Those friction modifiers are designed to reduce drag. Your clutch plates rely on controlled friction to grip. When you pour in an oil loaded with those modifiers, the clutch starts to lose that grip. The bike creeps with the lever pulled in. Engagement feels vague. The clutch slips when you open the throttle. The plates overheat and glaze long before their time. Riders often blame cable adjustment, tuning changes, or worn plates. The real culprit is the wrong specification on the bottle. If the oil is sold as a general purpose or passenger vehicle product, and it does not clearly state that it meets proper motorcycle wet clutch standards, such as the Japanese Automotive Standards Organization MA or MA2 classifications, it does not belong in your bike. Your clutch is not the place for guesswork. Let us shift gears to the next trap. You might be using this oil right now without even knowing the risk. The wrong weight, heat stroke blend. Oil weight is not a suggestion. Your pump, bearings, clearances, and operating temperatures were engineered around a specific viscosity. When riders pour ultra-thin oil like 0W20 because it flows faster or synthetic means better, the oil film becomes dangerously weak. In a high-revving motorcycle engine, that can mean louder ticking, rising heat, thinning protection under load, and microscopic metal contact you never hear until the damage is done. The engine rarely fails instantly. It ages early. It grows rough, louder, hotter, weaker, long before its time. If your manual calls for 10W40 and you choose something thinner for convenience or price, you did not save money, you invested in invisible wear. The next mistake happens at legit-looking workshops every day, and most riders have no idea it is happening to their engine. By the way, what oil is your shop putting in your bike? Do you actually know the brand and specification? Or are you trusting the universal drum? Drop your question in the comments and I will help you decode it. If this is opening your eyes, hit like so more riders see it, and subscribe so you do not miss the next oil trap in this series. The one drum fits all special. This is the oil that shows up when workshops value speed over precision. You roll in, and every motorcycle, scooter, cruiser, sports bike, and delivery machine gets the same anonymous bulk fluid from the same hose. Sometimes that bulk oil is high quality and fully documented. Many times, nobody in the building can tell you exactly what it is. The danger appears when the answers sound like this. It is just our universal motorcycle oil. It works in everything. They cannot clearly tell you the manufacturer, the American Petroleum Institute service class, the Japanese Automotive Standards Organization rating, or whether it meets the specifications required by your engine. That is not expertise. That is laziness wrapped in convenience. A good shop knows the brand, grade, and specification of the oil they pour. A careless shop hides behind the word universal. Your engine is more precise than that. If they cannot answer simple questions, you have your warning. Now we look at the bargain bottle that fools riders with flashy labels and zero proof, the no-spec mystery jug. This one is bait for bargain hunters. The bottle looks aggressive, bold colors, a racing silhouette, the words 4-stroke motorcycle oil slapped on the front. But when you turn it around, the important lines are missing. No clear Japanese Automotive Standards Organization marking for wet clutches. No meaningful American Petroleum Institute information. No real approvals or technical references, just adjectives. Modern motorcycle engines shear and cook oil harshly. Mystery oil with unknown additive chemistry and unproven stability is like buying an unlabeled brake fluid from a flea market table. Maybe it is fine. Maybe it is the beginning of a disaster. If an oil brand refuses to clearly show its specifications, testing, and intended use, it has not earned the right to live in your crankcase. But you won't believe how many riders fall for this next one. It says synthetic, but performs like junk. The fake synthetic miracle. You know this style as soon as you see it. Full synthetic, racing technology, nano shield, ultra extreme protection, and yet somehow the price is half of established brands. Sold by a random online storefront with no traceable manufacturer behind it. Counterfeit oil and sketchy private label oil are a real and growing problem. Some are thin, cheap base oils bottled in impressive packaging. Some imitate the look of legitimate labels just enough to confuse busy writers. Results include weak viscosity at high temperature, unstable additive packages that burn away quickly, and inconsistent quality from bottle to bottle. You do not notice during the first ride. You notice when shifting becomes notchy, the engine note grows harsh, or the drain plug magnet comes out covered in fine metallic dust. If the pricing is unreal, the seller is anonymous, and there is no direct link to a reputable oil producer with proper documentation. Understand that your engine is the test subject. Let's talk about the lie, printed right on the front of the bottle, and why it's wearing out engines everywhere. The long life fantasy. Extended drain intervals sound clever. Fewer services, less hassle. Smart technology. That promise only works in engines engineered and tested for truly long drain use. Many motorcycles are not built that way. In a huge number of bikes, the engine, gearbox, and clutch all share the same oil. Gear teeth shear it. Clutch material sheds into it. High revs, high heat, small oil capacity, and slow traffic cook it fast. When you push oil far beyond the change interval in your manual, just because the label claims extreme mileage, you are running thinned out, contaminated, more acidic fluid over the most stressed parts of your engine. It usually does not explode in one ride. The damage creeps in. Timing chains gain slack and noise. Cam lobes lose their perfect surfaces. Bearings lose their safety margin. The savings turn into silent wear that shows up years too early. Your manufacturer has already watched your engine destroy oil in controlled testing. Trust their interval, not a marketing slogan printed on a bottle. Now, this one creates wars in comment sections, and it might be running through your engine right now. The heavy duty, hero misused. This is the comment section classic. Some riders swear by heavy-duty diesel engine oil. Some engines in some eras tolerated it. That history does not magically apply to every modern motorcycle on the road. Heavy-duty diesel oils are blended for the needs of diesel combustion, soot management, and emissions hardware in trucks and machinery. They are not always validated for the specific friction and catalytic demands of your wet clutch motorcycle. Using them without checking for proper motorcycle approvals and clutch compatibility can mean clutch issues, catalyst stress, and mismatched additive behavior. Your friend saying, "It worked for me," is not a chemical validation program. If the bottle does not explicitly support motorcycle use or show a Japanese Automotive Standards Organization wet clutch rating, understand you are running an experiment with your own equipment. Here's where good intentions go, bad adding. This to your oil does more harm than you think. The additive cocktail. Many riders take a good oil and ruin it by improving it with a handful of additives. One additive to reduce noise, one for extra zinc, one for friction reduction, one more because someone online suggested it. Modern motorcycle oil is engineered as a balanced system. Every extra additive you pour in pushes that careful balance out of tune. The result can be clutch slip, sticky rings, varnish, foaming problems, and unpredictable viscosity changes. When you dump random supplements into your oil, you are not tuning. You are gambling. If a product is not explicitly engineered and approved for your motorcycle's oil system by credible sources, keep it on the shelf and let your chosen oil do the job it was designed to do. The next one? You may have done this without even thinking, and it's slowly wrecking your bike from the inside. The open bottle, left over. This is the quiet bad habit in garages everywhere. A half-used bottle sits open or loosely capped for months or years. Dust settles, moisture sneaks in, temperature cycles beat on it. Then one day, someone tops off or completes an oil change with that orphaned bottle so it does not go to waste. One time may not end the world, but has a pattern. Mixing old, mistreated leftovers and unknown blends slowly undermines consistency and cleanliness inside your engine. Fresh oil from sealed containers is cheap compared to any major engine work. Retire your long, forgotten leftovers to lawn equipment or disposal. Your motorcycle is not the place for good enough. And let me add another one to the list that many riders fall for: See, race oil sounds fast, but what happens when you run it like a daily rider? The wrong job race oil. Race oil labels are seductive. They speak the language of championships, podiums, and extreme performance. Many true race oils are built for engines that are torn down frequently, run in narrow temperature windows, use specific fuels, and do not rely on long-term detergency or catalytic converter compatibility. They are tactical weapons, not daily driver insurance. When a rider pours a competition-only oil into a street bike and then runs a normal road interval, that oil may not provide the long-term cleanliness or chemical balance the engine and exhaust system require. If the label states that it is not recommended for extended street use, believe it. Fast on a circuit does not automatically mean durable in commuter traffic. Finally, we're ending with the value pack trap that looks like a deal until the engine bill shows up, the Rock Bottom Combo Kit. This is the suspiciously cheap bundle that includes motorcycle oil and a high-performance filter. For less than a trusted brand, charges for oil alone. The warning signs are simple. Unknown producer, vague fitment, claims like suitable for most 4-stroke engines, no clear specifications, filters with flimsy construction, and no proven testing. A weak oil combined with a poor filter can starve critical parts of clean lubrication. Filters can collapse, bypass too soon, or shed fibers. Oil can degrade quickly. The short-term outcome is invisible. The long-term outcome is scoring, wear, and failure. Your engine is not a place for mystery kits assembled to hit a price point first and a quality standard second. What oil are you using in your bike right now? And are you sure it's the right one? Drop your question in the comments, and let's help each other protect our engines. If this gave you clarity, hit like and subscribe for the next deep dive into oil grades, service intervals, and pro-level habits that keep engines running smooth past 100,000 miles. Don't guess ride smart, ride long.